Hey, it's your boy Z with a multimedia entertainment engagement special. Today I'm gonna respond to a song by Mr. Tom McDonald, and I'm gonna play it right now.
America is fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up. Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day. It's illegal immigrants throwing acid into faces. Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom, Great Britain lost its greatness. America to Europe, across the globe. Every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know, so just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground.
Okay, that's about enough of that, and I was gonna just say a few comments I had about some of the lines that stood out to me, and the first one was being persecuted for misgendering somebody. You could get fired, or you could lose your credibility because of this dynamic. And if this is what you're out here protesting, guys, like transgender rights and stuff like that, I understand people want to be accepted and included within the happiness, the spiritual enlightenment, and the peace and the love and the joy which is accessible to all. But to protest for the fact that we want people to be fired from their job for calling a man a woman and a woman a man is like a slap in the face to the decency of all that ever has been throughout all of history, man. Because, like, for real, like, there's a man and there's a woman, and they have a sacred engagement between the two of them to link up and co-create energy and people. You can't have people without a man and a woman. So misgendering somebody is like just telling the truth, really. I mean, think about it. Like, if somebody's born a woman and you call them a woman, that's just saying a basic fact. That's the truth. You can't silence a obvious and fundamental truth of humanity and God's creation. Come on, that's just not possible. And it's not that I have a problem. You know, I have neighbors that have had sex changes and stuff like that, and you know, some of them lost all sensation to their sexual pleasure because they had their genitals messed with and stuff. And I'm not saying I hate those people. I'm saying I have a deeply special and from a place of compassion in my soul, acceptance for those people who have been afflicted with this situation, and I think those people should be compensated. I think they should be given special treatment, handicap stickers, disability, anything. If they had gone through this procedure as a child, they should be given huge fucking rewards and compensation for this. And I'm not kidding. Like, private islands and private jets and the doctors that did it to them should be the ones affording their luxury in this life. And that's what I really think should happen. with the people that have been transgendered and mutilated, that they have a solid lawsuit against just the evil that caused that. That's what I feel like. That's honestly what I feel like when I hear Tom McDonald say, "You're gonna go to jail for misgendering somebody in Canada." Canadians, man, like, come on, wake up. He says screw everything woke, but there's a lot of people on the left that are not out here protesting. There's no kings and stuff. And these are the people I want to honor and say, I am so proud of you for standing up for poor people and your left of center ideas. And even though all of this insanity within your own party, you're still saying black people have rights, women have rights, people. I'm not saying gay people, that's sex. You know, I think a moral and decent left of center person would say that there's a difference between black people having rights and gay people having rights. That's not the same thing. These are human beings versus a sexual orientation. It's not the same thing. That's my formal and undivided and realistic expectation and comment on that. The other thing that stood out to me in this song from Mr. McDonald is when he said there were illegal immigrants throwing acid in people's faces. Now, I have not heard any news stories or seen anything personally where somebody had acid thrown in their face. I've heard stories from people coming from Oakland and out in California and stuff like that in Grateful Dead camps where they get dosed if they mess up. And but the whole context I'm trying to say with this is that I have seen people protesting, and this is just biological, chemical, biochemical hate, man, and this is a war crime. This is a crime against humanity if you do this to somebody, because you never know if they have schizophrenia and they hallucinate already, and you dose them with a hallucinogen. How dare people stoop to that level of hate that they would chemically attack another human being? I think those people, there's a special place in my personal story to and I'm saying on the right, the extreme right, the right of center, the decent left of center, the decent right of center. We have to condemn this behavior on both sides, because we cannot resort to chemical fighting no matter what. We should never, ever mess with somebody's biology in a way that causes them to suffer that bad just because you're mad, man. Use your hands. Why don't you duke it out? Why in all honesty, if a pissed off guy who hasn't read any books and he's all dumb in the mind and he can't think, but he gets his hand on some liquid acid and he sprays it in my face, do you know how fucking tragic that would be, that somebody of that low quality fucking hurt somebody who's far superior that fucking bad? And I don't mean to say I'm superior to another person. I'm just trying to detail the situation. Is like they don't have any thoughts in their head, but they fuck up somebody who adds value to the whole shebang of everything that's ever existed. Like, that would be like who's someone that totally is disrespected and has lost all credibility within the human race. Like, for real, who's that person? But say that person who on both sides is rejected, shunned, no longer included into anything because they have been just terrible. Somebody on death row, and that person throws acid in the face of a presidential candidate or somebody in God's face, and they piss in God's face with acid. How do you think that's gonna turn out for that person that did that horrible crime? It's like shoving a square block down a round hole. When you do these kind of things to somebody who is far more intelligent and superior to you, especially with physical physique and the things they've worked hard and suffered for, when your ass hasn't done shit with your life and you fuck somebody better than you that bad. That's what I'm saying. To that comment, illegal immigrants throwing acid in people's faces. I'm not saying illegal immigrants are dumb. I'm not saying that they haven't suffered and worked just as hard as anybody else. But I'm saying the line that he's implying here goes a long way with how I explained what I said, because in some cases it definitely is that, and that's the way we view it. Hey, you guys on the left gotta understand that that's how we're seeing this situation, and you guys need to explain or elaborate your apology and explain to the world how that's not the case, because unless you have a solid defense for what you've done with that situation, then you're going to be judged, man, unless you can come up with something to defend yourself, because that is just not right. And I'm saying we're not going to resort to that right of center. We are not going to play biochemical warfare games with anybody. I'm putting it down. We're not. And the other thing I wanted to say about Mr. McDonald's woke world. Hold on, let me play it again, see if I can remember.
Woke became a disease. They made trillions off of mandatory lethal vaccines. The anthem plays and half the country is still taking a knee. Blacks and whites fighting over whose life matters the least. And Canada has fallen. People can't afford to pay for food. The media's all liberal. It's nothing but the fake news. There's oil in the ground.
Okay, this is a problem I have with Tom comparing white and black lives matter. Okay, gay rights are one thing. Black lives do fucking matter, and a lot of people, they think it's good that the black community has violence. They say, oh, well, let them fuck each other up, because they're ignorant. Man, that's not fucking funny. Black lives do fucking matter, Tom. And don't compare white lives to black lives, because the truth is the black community has a big problem with gang violence and stuff like that. And even police brutality and stuff. And it's all fear-based and irrational anxiety when a cop comes up to a young brother or sister and they're playing some rap music and it's like 2 a.m. That cop walks up fearful. And the young person behind the wheel doesn't know any better, man. It's just a messed up scenario, and that's what we need to change, so these young brothers and sisters don't play that fucked up gangster rap when a cop fucking pulls them over, because that puts the cop's safety in fucking jeopardy. And you can see why these young black people are getting so incarcerated and beat by police and stuff. You should put your hands on the fucking steering wheel and have your homie put his hands on the dash and turn the music down and cut the light on inside of the vehicle so the cop feels safe. That's what you young brothers should do when you get pulled over. Not jam the fucking Ice Cube and fucking Tupac, man, and Biggie Smalls, who murdered each other and got murdered and shit. Because that's dumb, man. I'm saying black lives definitely matter, but you guys gotta stand up for your own accountability, please, brotherhood. I love my brothers, but god damn. Anyway, that's about all I'm gonna go on and say. No, I'm gonna keep going. Let me listen to the song some more.
The pipelines they refuse to use are only heard if you're indigenous or LGBTQ. Australia has fallen, Ireland been up in flames, people rioting and dying, divided, fighting for change. And from Canada to Finland, Denmark back to USA, it's a woke world. That's what we're standing up against. America to Europe, across the globe, every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know, so just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke. Rise up, I can see the fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke world down. The whole world's falling to the globalist elite. They want one God, one leader, one currency. It's the cigarettes, the vaccines, the food that you eat. Either way, the deep state wants you 6 feet deep. Fill your headphones with music, reinforcing their beliefs, and replace your own thoughts with the lies on TV. It's a woke world, and we won't survive if we're asleep. So wake up before you rest in peace. Rise up, I can see the fire. You and me, son, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke.
I'm sorry, Satan just definitely attacked me because my whole computer screen went blank, and then I unplugged it with my shoe, and then I went to try to turn it back on. The whole time this is playing recording, and I can't do nothing about it to stop it. And finally I get it figured out that I had unplugged the screen with my shoe, and then I go to stop the song and I stop the podcast instead. So, geez, guys, I feel very attacked making these podcasts, and I need your guys' prayers for protection, because after I started making this content, I have been under spiritual fucking heavy fire, and it's getting old. As far as the Tom McDonald song goes, I don't think we need to burn the woke world down. We don't need to burn everything woke. We need to find a common solution to our problems, and bring the United States back to a state of not just hate and division, but something that can unite if there's a common enemy. That's why we fight. That's why we struggle. And I don't mean to share secrets, but people got to realize the left and the right are against each other, so we have resistance in the world, and we don't need to murder each other. We need to resist and make each other stronger. And that's what I'm going to leave y'all with. Thank you.